The Incredible Birdman. It took a wing, a prayer, and some very special goggles to make an extraordinary flight through a mountain last week. As he hurtled towards the rock face at 120 kilometers per hour, Jeb Corliss suddenly realized that something was going badly wrong. He was zooming in from 2 kilometers away, flying with nothing but an aerodynamic wingsuit to hold him aloft, and the gap ahead through which he had hoped to swoop looked impossibly small. It was just 30 meters wide and 12 meters high, and Corliss could see that he wasn't going to make it. A smoke canister attached to his foot had malfunctioned and thrown him off his glide path. He was too low. Satellite navigation data being beamed into his high-tech goggles showed that he was on a course to smash into the sheer rock face below the cave entrance. It was horrifying, he said last week. He had only seconds to abort his flight by opening his parachute. And I knew that once I had, there wasn't going to be anywhere to land. I really thought I was going to be quite badly bashed up. He opened the chute and spotted a small clearing in the jungle on the mountain slopes, where a landslide had ripped up the trees. It was hair-raisingly steep, but his only hope. For a moment last weekend, it looked as if Corliss's bid to fly through the gate of heaven in Tiananmen Mountain, China, was doomed. But he made it down safely and was plucked off the mountainside by a rescue team. He was physically intact and determined to try again. As he ascended again to 2,000 meters in a helicopter, even Corliss, a seasoned base jumper and wingsuit flyer, struggled to control the feeling of panic. "I have never felt such psychic pressure," he said. "I have never felt so scared in all my life." He had to hit the gap dead on because once through the 70-meter cavern, he needed to emerge at the right altitude to navigate almost over a kilometer of treacherous terrain on the other side, swerving around towering spires and ducking under a cable car wire before landing on a bridge 3 kilometers from his starting point. As for every acrobat, every movement he made would affect his chance of survival. Get it wrong, and he could crash into the forest on the far side of the cave. As the helicopter reached the stipulated altitude, Corliss pulled down his helmet and goggles, spread his arms, and jumped. Clad entirely in black, he resembled Batman. As I passed through the cave, I remember thinking, wow, there are a lot of people in here watching me. As I flew out, I could see people waving and taking pictures. It was incredible. I felt like a bird.